conclusions about the level of adulthood of the Romanian democracy. This is me right now. I'm currently a PhD candidate in economics at Lower Danube University in Romania. Lower Danube is here on the southeast part of Romania. And basically what we have done so far, we conducted on-the-field research over 117 small and medium-sized enterprises in the southeast region of Romania, so this green area right here, that contains, as you can see, 6 counties. I can give you some statistics about this region. It has approximately 3 million people. Most of them, or little over 50%, live in the cities, and the most developed city is Constanța on the Black Sea coast, which has roughly over 300,000 people. In the area, there are approximately 71,500 small and medium-sized enterprises that are important to be studied, out of which 52% of them generated profit in 2007. The total turnover in 2007 that these companies generated was approximately 12 billion euros. That means an average of 160,000 euro of turnover for a company. And in our research, in these 170 small and medium-sized enterprises, they altogether have 574 employees, which means approximately 5 persons per company. Now, I'll show you some quick data that we found. First of all, we're interested to see if companies send their employees to various training courses. And we found, actually, we're not very surprised to find out that 94% of the companies do not send their personnel to training courses, and only 5% send one employee to vocational training courses. Then we took some data about their problems that faced in 2007, 2008, and 2009. And here is the data about 2007. When asked what problems they encountered in this year, 28% of the entrepreneurs that were questioned said that they faced a lack of liquidity. Then high taxes, 20% was the second major problem that they faced. Then in 2008, things changed a little bit. Almost 25% of them said that there is excessive bureaucracy in the region, then lack of liquidities, and also layoffs showed up as one of the major problems. Roughly 10% of the entrepreneurs said they had to lay off people. 2009, not surprisingly, 61% of them were affected by the economic and financial crisis. Then layoffs increased to 9%, and then the government had to impose a minimal tax, meaning that every company, regardless whether they had activity or not, had to pay a minimal tax to the state budget. So 16% of the companies were affected by this tax. Now, in the context of the economic crisis, we were interested to see what is the most extreme measure taken to survive during this period of time. And 39% of the entrepreneurs said they had to lay off people. So this was the major measure that they took. Then they diminished their activity and then reduced investment. So we are not surprised to find out that the adaptation and survival methods of the small and medium-sized enterprises is a function of layoffs, reduced activity, and reduced to non-investment, plus a residual that accounts for only 15%. So this is actually not a big surprise. What surprised us was the fact that these 3 measures account for 85% of the total measures that they took in order to survive the economic and financial crisis. Now, these measures generate a snowball effect on the local economies. Laying off people and reducing activity means that more people become poor, the purchasing power of the local community goes down. Then the companies that work in the consumer goods industry are affected. Then people who make loans before the economic crisis are affected. So this snowball effect generates more social problems on the local level and increases the burden on the state budget. Now, here are the top 3 legislative measures needed to help the business environment. This is what the managers of the companies that were questioned answered. So they want lower taxes, they want the minimum tax to be removed, they want general support measures for small and medium enterprises. Many of them, 20%, didn't know exactly. That means that many are not very well aware of the executive and legislative processes of the local area. We also were interested if they try to influence the policy-making process in the local communities, and we found out that this type of involvement in the local community using participative democracy process is basically non-existent. So they are not trying to influence the policy-making process. They are not forming entrepreneurial associations. So this wasn't such a big surprise, but we thought this might be the case, and indeed the study showed us that they are not interested to get involved in the local communities. Now, we looked a little bit on the ways to address the social implications of their measures. And the objective is to form a solid foundation to tackle the chronic social problems. We could notice that there is a lack of a visionary development plan to tackle the social problems. Here is a list of activities, of measures that could be taken that are inspired from what Thailand did in 1997. An improvement of the strategic design and coordination of social policy, protection measures to the poor and to the elderly, strengthen social protection of workers and improve monitoring of living standards, market labor policies implemented to promote re-employment of laid off workers through training and job placement services, reform of the social security policy to cope with the new social problems in a more effective manner, and reformation of the financial institutions. So these are measures that are aimed to tackle the chronic problems of the chronic social problems. And now I came to the question, is Romanian democracy drifting into adulthood? And the answer is complicated and has 2 parts from my point of view. One is yes, but just a little bit, and the other one is no, at the macroeconomic level. So I'm going to explain these 2 options. Yes, a little bit at the microeconomic level, because companies indeed find ways in the Romanian democracy to adjust their activity in order to survive during the crisis. But because of the fact that they do not get involved in the life of their community, and they are not trying to influence the public policies that directly affect them through a participative democracy model, I chose to say that just a little bit. There is still much to be done on the citizen engagement side. Then at the macroeconomic level, from my point of view, the answer is definitely not, because there is a lack of a visionary development plan to boost economic recovery, and this lack of vision can be extended to the whole macroeconomic sectors, including the government. So from my point of view, we do need a long-term vision to tackle the chronic problems, and that vision at the moment they can hardly be seen. There are some actions that are taken at the macroeconomic level, but they are not consistent enough and don't have a